Hey guys, Angelo here with another PBR match for you. First of all, before we get started, I just wanted to say that recently I got 250,000 channel views, as well as 6 million combined video views, which both are fairly, significant things, forgetting the word, accomplishments, or something like that. So I just want to say thanks to you all for that, and also I am about 50 or so subs away from 4,000, which is something, I really am looking forward to when I eventually hit that target, so in advance, thank you for that. But anyway, I should probably mention the battle at some point, because, that's why I'm here. I'm here to narrate the battle. Just hear my loving voice and about what I did and why I did it. Anyway, I start off with Cacturne and they start off with Lapras. I knew Cacturne would be faster than Lapras. The only thing that might be a problem would be if Lapras had Ice Shards, but I decided to go with Substitute anyway to see what it would do. And Substitute goes off, but my opponent must have been either just wanted to confuse me or was thinking about a Sucker Punch coming. So obviously with my sub up, Confuse Ray obviously doesn't do anything. I go with Focus Punch this next turn because, I'm completely free to do that without any, side effects. And also Focus Punch works out as more damage than Seed Bomb does. It's like 300 if it's super effective, whereas Seed Bomb would only be 240, but it doesn't really matter as he switches out his Lapras and brings in Scizor. But Focus Punch was the better choice there anyway, as it does almost half to Scizor. And again, I'm in a pretty damn good situation as I've still got my sub up, and his Scizor's down to about half health. So I go with another Focus Punch as it's the only move that's going to do a lot of damage to Scizor that Cacturne has. Scizor uses X-Scissor, obviously breaking the sub as it's got, Cacturne's paper thin defenses and, the 4 times weakness to Bug. But what greatly surprised me here was that the fact that Focus Punch actually KO'd Scizor, which I was not expecting, considering the first one didn't even take Scizor down to, yellow health. So that was unfortunate on my part, I guess, but maybe the first one was on the lower end of the damage spectrum, because you know how damage changes and whatnot. But I'm sounding a bit weird because I have a cold, because, colds just decide they like me any time of the year, and it's just like, yeah, you've got a cold now, thanks for that. But anyway, they send out their Arcanine. I decide not to switch out Cacturne because I don't really have much safe I can switch into Arcanine, as those they're pretty they are powerhouses really, and I have nothing faster and nothing that resists fire with me. I stupidly bought 2 things that were weak against fire, so yeah, that wasn't great. I use Sucker Punch, obviously because Intimidate it does a lot less, and Arcanine uses Flare Blitz and easily KOs Cacturne, but also does a fair bit of recoil damage to itself, which was great, because that's the downside of using Flare Blitz, as I'm sure you all know. I send in Drifblim because I know that Pinsir's going to get slaughtered. I was fairly confident that Shadow Ball would take out Arcanine on that lower health. But one thing I did kind of forget was that Arcanine actually has surprisingly high defenses, and this Arcanine annoyingly had Crunch as well. I was hoping for Flare Blitz, but Crunch doesn't quite KO Drifblim, thankfully. But Shadow Ball doesn't KO his Arcanine either. So I'm thinking now, oh crap, there is nothing I can do, because his Arcanine's going to use Crunch again on Drifblim, and then he's going to use Flare Blitz on Pinsir, and it's going to be all over. But there was something that I was completely forgetting about in this equation, and that was the fact that I'm going to keep talking until it happens. Aftermath. My Drifblim has Aftermath, which does I think quarter of a damage to your opponent's Pokemon when they kind of die due to a physical move. So yeah, I actually would have lost this match had it not been for good old Aftermath, which, you know, I forget about, but, you know, you forget about these certain things like, oh, right, yeah, and, like, Drifblim can get other abilities as well, and I haven't used Drifblim in a while, but, you know, I just keep talking about nothing here, so, but anyway, he sends out his Lapras, and I send out Pinsir, which both of our last Pokemon. I was expecting him to use Confuse Ray, again, so I didn't want to Swords Dance this turn. I didn't think anything Lapras would have would KO Pinsir in one hit, either. So, obviously, you know, I'm faster, I use Stone Edge, and it's super effective, and it does over half, which was great, and his Lapras uses Confuse Ray, of course, and Pinsir gets confused, and Leftovers recovery happens, but for whatever reason, you know, I'm pretty lucky when it comes to confusion, so this next turn I actually managed to get Stone Edge off fine if it would hurry up and actually happen, which it doesn't want to do. Yep, it really does not want to do that. Oh, come on, it's not that much of it's a no-brainer about what to do. Okay, well, Stone Edge happens, and down goes Lapras. So yeah, I win, and sorry for the slightly weird narration and the sounding, because of the cold and everything. It's just generally being weird, but that was the battle. Hope you guys liked it. Do your normal stuff, you know, comment, things like that. Feedback is good, you know, just general sorts of things, but that battle went well, so yes.